So why do you want anything anyway? You want anything at all in life, whether it is a pile of money, a relationship, or the body, is because you think you feel better in the having of it. But until you understand that the physical manifestation is the last thing is going to manifest, then by looking at the things that you don't have right now, it's not going to come, because everything that you offer in the focus your attention to things that you don't have is going to cause you to do more things and say more things and attract more things that are going to get you to the absence of it. Hey guys, this is Maggie Fan, and I am here to help you to elevate your life by teaching you the universal laws and principles to help you to deliberately guiding your life to know what you're actually manifesting, and you can do it over and over and over and over again, and also being happy along the journey. So in today's videos, we are going to talk about how to be happy. Yes, you've heard it right. The question that I always ask in the past, I've always used to ask that in the past, and that I know that a lot of people ask me the same thing as well, is that Maggie, life is so difficult. Like, why are we here? Like, how do you actually be happy? Life is so hard. How could you not look at the things that you look at and be happy? How can you not focus on the misery? How could you focus on someone treating you bad, honoring your pain, and also be happy? Well, you can't. You have to learn a different way. You have to understand the law of attraction. You have to understand the principles, the underlying principles that governs this earth, governs the universe, which is the law of attraction. The engine behind momentum is what gets momentum going. That's why in high school you probably learn about momentum. So the law of attraction is actually the basis, the underlying force that causes momentum. What law of attraction is just stating that those that which are likened to itself is drawn. So whenever you are focusing on something and you are using your feelings as your guidance, you know what it is going to manifest, okay? Because even this world, when you look around things, even if it just looks and feels, when you touch it with your fingers, with your physical apparatus, and it feels maybe as real as you think it is just energy. Everything is just atoms and things are just vibrating, okay? Different speeds are causing it to look certain ways. So different states like your gas, your air and ice, they're all just energy that are moving, and the speed of it is the result of whether or not you can see it with your physical apparatus or not. So you're actually translating and also emitting by your thoughts, even though you can't see it, but it's still energy. So when you're doing that, you are also emitting and receiving at the same time. How to be happy? It's what everybody wants, okay? Why do you even want something? You want something is because you believe that when you have it, when you look at the thing that you want, that you said you wanted, it's going to evoke that feeling of happiness from you. It's going to evoke that positive feeling. There's no negative or positive. It's just a label that you put on it. It's just whatever the feeling that you wanted and unwanted. No one wants to feel sad. No one wants to feel frustration or anger and lashing at somebody. No one wants to feel that, right? So we're not saying that your feelings are negative or positive. It's just a label to say that most people would say that they would prefer a positive feeling than a negative feeling. That's why we're using these, because language, again, is another way of communication, another way of translating what you mean. Okay? The universe doesn't hear what you say. You can just be sad and unhappy because you're noticing things that are not going your way, but you can put on a smile and you can say all these positive words. But when people react to you, when people actually come in contact with you, they're going to feel what you really mean. And the universe is going to give you more of what you really mean by the way you feel, not when you say things with words. Okay? That's very important, because you can't fake it. There is no faking until you make it. So this is how it works. In your life, you go through life. Step 1 that I mentioned in the previous video, in the 5 steps of creation that Abraham talks about, is ask. Contrast, life is already causing you to do that. There's no need to learn or whatever, but the life will cause you to know what you want from what you don't want, from wanted to get you to know what the wanted is. And by sifting through life to see what you want, like a buffet, you see that in this buffet, you like fish better than beef or chicken or whatever. Normally, you would just go and grab the fish and put it on your plate. But what happens is, in the physical reality that we live, everybody is very focused on pushing away the other things that they don't want. So they go to a buffet, they say, clear everything else off the table because I only want fish. They are scared for somehow that the beef and the chicken is going to get into the dish. No, that's not how it works. The contrast doesn't have to be painful. The contrast doesn't have to be causing you grief or misery. Those are, again, the strong momentum on the extreme of joy and happiness and love and peace. That's on the other side, which because you have already built up the momentum that got you to feel that way. But as soon as you understand and learn this and practice this, and again, practicing is allowing the momentum to build. If you are practicing happy, you are going to get happy wherever you are. So whatever comes, you're going to be happy. But if you haven't been practicing happy, which means that you are so sloppily in your thinking and you just look at wherever and whatever pleases you, and whatever doesn't please you, please you. So when you look at it, you demand the thing that you look at to change in order for you to be happy. Then when you get to the thing that you want, you're not going to be happy, because as soon as you get to the place that you say you wanted, another set of contrasting experience is going to happen to cause you again to focus into the thing that you said you wanted. But most people get so caught up, they think that everything here is real, but they don't believe in the reality we call vibrational form, which means that a reality that you can't see, maybe it is in the gas stage. We're talking about water, say, just for example. So there's different states that the water can become. So a lot of times when it's still in the air, it's gas, as you can see. So unless the temperature changes and then also it starts to condense and becomes into snow, you're not going to say, oh, the snow doesn't exist. You know it does. You have to let the environment for it to become the snow. So this is the same way. Everything exists, but it's in the vibrational form. Then the accumulation of it would then transmit into something that you can physically see. But in order for anyone else to see the reality that you want to experience, or even yourself with your physical eyes, and say, yes, it's here, you have to feel it first in order for it to get here. So as soon as you want something, it already becomes. It already is. Your soul is holding your hopes and dreams, and it gathering up all these things from the universe, whether the people, the situations, to gather up, and then it's waiting for you to line up with what you want and believe that you're going to be able to have it. Then as you moved into your life, things will start to flow in, and then you realize, oh, these impulses are causing this and this and this. Oh, that's why I'm meeting these people. And you find like you are at the right place at the right time all the time. You are saying the right things to the right person at the right time. So these things you can't just force yourself to do, because you don't know what is going to happen next. So you have to rely on something that you currently cannot use your physical senses to feel that it's here, but your guiding system is already telling you that if you've listened to it and trust it, it's going to become. And that is your job. So step one is you ask. Step two, the universe already gives, which means that your soul is already on top of it. Your hopes and dreams is living in the moment right now. But in order for you to see in your reality, to transmit, to realize it into your reality, you have to line up with it and let your soul guide you. Then number three, that's the job that you have to do. And number four is you master allowing your soul to lead. Then number five is you master the contrast. You master when the contrast comes, you're not going to beat yourself up because now you're experiencing something unwanted. It is the movement going from knowing the thing that you say you want from the life that you live, then into having it is the joy that you are here to experience in this life. There's not so much fun in just knowing that it's there. You want to experience it and realize it and bring it into the physical reality, and that's why you're here. But most people are not accepting the realness of this vibrational reality. In this reality that's born out of the contrast, they always want to see it, manifest it, and then they're going to feel something about it. They always say, I want to see it before I believe it. I was the same. But until you turn that around, because everyone is living kind of in a backwards way, that's why they keep on getting stuck, because they keep noticing the thing that they don't want in this physical reality and expecting something else in the outside world to change in order for them to have the feeling of the wanted. So they're looking at the absence of it and wanting the absence to change for whatever they want to feel it. Then when they look at it, they go, yep, I did it, and then they feel happy. But it doesn't work like that, okay? It just can't work like that, because when you're looking at the absence of it, you are a vibrational match to the absence of it. How do you know? You will feel it within your gut. As soon as you're looking at the absence of it, and you do it chronically, you are going to feel this negative emotion. And that's just telling you that you are going a different way. You are looking at this thing that is never going to manifest, because you are looking at the wrong things in order to generate that feeling. And so then the thing that you want, to come, it can't come, because right now you are feeling sad, lost, disappointed, because this thing that you want is not here. So the thing that you want cannot come. Most people think that if I get happy now, the universe is going to make me stay here. Most people think, I can't be happy here. I have to plead my case. I have to say that I am so unhappy right now so that it can change for me. In the past, if we have parents that don't understand these laws, they would then make us feel like we have to please them in order for us to get the thing that we want. We have to satisfy what they need for us to get what we need. But the universe doesn't work like that. As soon as you are happy where you are moving seamlessly to the next experience that you say you want. The universe and our mothers are very different. We are so compelled to just looking at the reality. So here's an example. If this has happened to you when you were little, you understand why you kind of keep doing the same thing again. When you were little, you were happy. You see any unhappy child? Not really. But as they get older, they learn from the adults that they surround themselves with, and they emulate and they do what they see. As most of us, if they are not trained to learn to think this way, then they would then do the same thing, and then they're getting the same results as their parents get. So you were young, you run around and you jumping up and down because you're happy. You don't need anything else. You just be happy because you're here in this universe, and you know why you came, because you're still very attached, you're still very connected to your soul. So you're jumping around all happy and things, and your mother just came home from work and she's exhausted, she is tired, and she has to cook for you, she has to clean. So then when she has 2 minutes for herself, she wants some peace and quiet. But here you are, because you are so happy, you are so in love with life, you jump around and you dance and you turn the music on. Then your mother will tell you to shut her off because she wants some peace and quiet. What's happening right now is that your mom is wanting to feel happy. Your mom right in this moment wants to feel the way you do. But because she doesn't know how to get her happy, she wants to shut you down because she is filling the gap right now. She would say things like, why are you so happy? Frankly, you're not noticing the bills are coming. Frankly, you are just happily focusing on things that make you happy. You've got your mom, you've got your toys, you got your brother and sister to play with, so you're happy. But because your mom is now focusing on the bills and all the things that she has to do to keep you guys alive, then that's why it makes her feel miserable. So both of you are focusing on different things, but because she doesn't know how to focus like you do when you were little, she wants to shut you down. She is now shutting you down. So she's closing the gap between where she is and where she wants to be, which is happy and joy. So she's closing that down. And now you feel miserable because now you've given up your happy for your mom's happy because she doesn't know how to find it. But that doesn't last long because that just perpetuates the way she thinks. Shutting down people when they're happy is not going to make you feel any better because it's always between you and where you want to be. It's always between what you're feeling right now and how you want to feel. It's never about somebody else. So that's why what you were doing as a young child, you thought doing that is how the world works. Everyone is doing what they should do. You should make your mom happy. You should make these people happy. Da da da. So you go through life and then that's what you do. You shut yourself down because you don't want to make other people inferior, or you don't want to make other people feel sad because you're happy, because you think that your happiness is making them unhappy, but it's not. Our society is very orientated towards actions, towards what you should do, what you need to do, not what you want to do. You've been trained that way. Most of us, if we're living to this age, we will be trained to do the things that we should do and the things that need to be done, but never focusing on doing the things that we want to do, because they would say things like you're selfish for following your dreams, or you are irresponsible, or. So then it's pretty annoying to find somebody that is not doing what they're meant to do, what they're supposed to do, what they should do, what they need to do, and they're happy. Because you are associating right now that of course they're happy because they're not doing the things that they should do or they don't want to do. That's why they're happy. I am just talking to you right now, the person watching this video. You can only serve one master, and let that be your soul. Let that be you. Let that be your hopes and dreams that were born out of the life that you lived. If you are using the master that's outside of you, that's somebody that you love so much, or the family, then you are now shutting down your guiding system. You are lost. You have nowhere to go that's going to make you happy, because now you are just not letting your soul flow through you, because your soul is only wanting what's best for you. And now you're using someone else's guidance from outside of you to lead you to where they want you to go. So that's never going to make you happy either. And when you do that, you are going to resent them, because when you get there, you're not happy, because on the way, you don't know how to be happy. So of course, when you get there, you're not going to be happy. So then you would resent them. So let that master be yourself. Let that master be your inner guidance, your hopes and dreams that your soul is already living, and is trying to guide you to realize it into your reality, so that you can fully enjoy the fruit of the life that you lived. Because when you're happy, you are now in the alignment. You are in the receiving end for all the things that you say you wanted to come. It's going to flow into your experience, because the universe said, you feel happy now, how about this? How about some of this? You like that more? How about some of this? But if you keep noticing on things that make you distressed or unhappy, then the universe will be like, you don't like that? Here's some more, here's some more, here's some more. And that's why we have this phrase, say, wherever you put your energy to, it grows. Whatever you put your energy to, it grows. So are you putting your energy into the absence of things? That's why you feel sad and not happy. Or are you actually putting the energy into noticing what's already here? Maybe even if you want a lot of money, but right now you have a little money, but if you can just focus on the money that you have, even though it's little, it's gonna grow. But most people, they are fearful that it's going away, so much that now the little money they have will then disappear. So then they're trying to overcome it with the actions, and it never feels good. So you have to see life as the way that you were intended to do, which is how the way your soul sees life. So your soul never criticizes people, your soul never criticizes yourself, always appreciating and always loving where you are and others. So when you're actually doing that, now you're in alignment with your soul. So now everything that your soul has attracted on your behalf, that you can't see it just yet, but when you start to see through the eyes of your soul, then that means that now you are letting whatever your soul has attracted into your life. When you leave everybody else out of what you want, leave everybody out of it. And so now you understand that whatever you focus on, it will grow. So when you leave everybody else out of it, now you are in a vibrational match. You only understand that's your own journey vibrationally, which means that you're changing your thinking, because all those thoughts are the resistance, the things that whether it is adding into the momentum of having your dreams come to reality, or you are actually adding more momentum into it being farther away. So when you are focusing on just working on yourself and understanding it is your thoughts that create things, whether it is created the unwanted things or wanted things, then that means that you leave everybody else out. So you're focusing on adjusting your attitude, your mindset, and how to stay in a positive mood all the time, so that you know, because you trust that in the depth of your soul that you know that things are coming for you, and your soul knows best what's best for you. But if you let people coming into your life and letting what they see about what you think that what you want is coming, then you are now using their attention to it, which is there is a certain vibration. Now you are adding that vibration into your flow, so it can't come. So you're putting resistance into the flow that was meant to come to you. So you have to leave everybody else out and just focus on working on you. It is not an easy thing for you to stay happy and to notice somebody else that is so close to you upset, that why are you so happy? If you can just stay happy for a little while, so then by staying happy, which means that whatever you're focusing on now, what you have right now, in appreciation, so that more can come. So whatever you appreciate. So whatever you're appreciating, say for example, that person, you saying things like, I really am thankful that I have you in my life, and I really appreciate the things that you do for me. In this moment, I am trying to figure things out on my own. I know for sure that whatever I feel right now will unfold and it will benefit both of us. I just know, because I cannot feel this good and not having good things to manifest. I want you to be happy for me. I know it's not even a possible thing. I'm just saying I'm not going to give up my happy because you can't find it. Remember that story about the mother that I said when they're having the child to jump up and down? And because now she is exhausted and sad because she's focusing something else, and while the child is not. So when the child gives up his happy, then the mother doesn't get happy either, because she's still focusing on the things that she doesn't want. It makes me happier than you being happy. But I have to show myself that I don't need your happy to be happy. There's something so powerful in that for me. I know that with every part of my being, if I can feel this good, this feeling of abundance, this feeling of well-being, this feeling of clarity, it's this feeling of strength, that something so magnificent is going to manifest. And it's going to show me, and it's going to show you how this really works. I'm not saying what you're doing right now is not working, because it's obvious. I'm thankful and appreciative for the things you do. I know there must be a reason why we're together. I can feel it. I'm going to give you a couple more examples to let you see that you can't get from not happy to happy. So for example, if you have been working so hard at your job, trying to earn money to get to a holiday, because you think that when you get to the holiday you're going to feel better, you're not going to feel better, because the moment when you get on holiday, what do you fear? You are saying, oh, it's too short, this and this goes wrong, the flight is late, and the service on the plane was bad, and so on, because that's the habit of thought that causes you to keep focusing on the things that you don't want. So even now that you are realizing the thing that you said you wanted, which is the holiday, you cannot even focus on what good it brings to you, because you haven't been practicing happy. You haven't been allowing the momentum of happy to come. So when it's here, you don't even realize it. You don't even realize that that holiday that you want so much is actually really here. Then you keep noticing all the bad things about it. Like I said, as soon as you want something, a new contrasting experience is going to happen in place of it, so that you can want more and focus yourself. Or when you feel lonely and you are needing a lover to come into your life, a partner, and you say things like, it's so lonely being by myself and I wish I have somebody to be with to complete me. But then when that person comes, it might be good for a little period at the beginning where the honeymoon phase happens for a few months. After that, you are going again to get back into the normal pattern of thoughts that you always offer, because at the beginning, the overwhelming of, wow, this person is finally here and you're having fun and so on. So that distracts you from having these negative thoughts that you had in the past for a little while. But after a while, you're going to go back to saying things like, he's doing this wrong, or, oh, there must be something wrong with me because I don't see how this relationship's going anywhere. Or he's not pleasing me anymore. He's not buying me flowers anymore. He knows this makes me mad, but he still does it. So you are now expecting your partner to change in order for you to be happy. So then now you're just noticing on the things that he's lacking. So therefore, the attention to lack is going to so much that you go, yep, this person is not the right person. Or else you would then feel guilty that, oh my goodness, this is so good for me. I am waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm scared that this is not going to work out. So then you would do things to damage the relationship. So then again, you going back to being single again, or you get married, but then you are not really satisfied. You see, all these feelings that you label as bad are just guidance, like fear, frustration, anger, loneliness. It's just a guidance that your soul is telling you, hey, you are looking at the wrong things. I don't look at that. I look at these things in your current relationship right now. I look at these things in you right now. I look at these things in your partner right now. I look at these things in your life right now that's working so fine. Let's look over here. Let's focus on these things so that more of that will come. Your attention to it will then now emitting a signal, and now you keep receiving the thoughts that's in the air. So the actions that you are doing are the extensions of it. So if you have been focusing on the lack, then all of your actions are towards the lack. Even though you think that, oh my goodness, I don't have money, I need to work hard to make more money. Now you're associating that you have to work hard to get money, but you don't want to work hard. If I don't work hard, then I can't get money. So you're all conflicted. So no matter how much attention and the work that you do, you're putting focus on it, it doesn't turn out to the things that you want, because you have contradicting energy within you. So the energy movement, the emotion within you are mixed. So therefore you're attracting a mixed bags of things. Different phases, different places, but the same experience. And that's something that normally happens with anything really. Your relationship, your job, right? You could be going from one place to another, and then you go, oh, I wish there was this, and you move on to that, and then you're not happy because at this place you are now looking at the things that you hate about this place, and you're trying to get this new job to match this place. Whereas if you are appreciating the job that you have right now, I love the workplace that I work for now. I like the people that I interact with. I like the work that I do. I really like the hours that I do, but I would like a little bit more money. So if you keep focusing on all the things that are positive in that job at the moment, and then if something else comes along, then you're going to recognize it, and it's going to have that component of money, and also many more things that you said you wanted in the past, like you want maybe colleagues to be nicer to you or whatever. So you're already putting into the vibrational reality in your future world that now it's being realized by you, that you somehow, this job comes out of nowhere that satisfy these things. If you're just only noticing that you are lacking money right now, and you're trying desperate to get a new job that gives you that relief in money, but because you have focusing on the lack of money, then when you come to this new job, it's lopsided, and it's got way more things that you don't want than the things that you want. So maybe let's have a lot more money, but now you have to working overtime, and you are hating the place that you work, or your boss is not nice to you. Does that make sense? So then when you get there, all these things that are wanted back then has disappeared or exacerbated in this new place, and you're not going to be able to maintain that. So then you jump to another job again. Now, after you watch this video, I hope that you are more convinced that you have to get happy where you are right now, in order for the things that you want to come into your life, in order for you to recognize the things that you come into your life. And now that you understand about momentum, then you know that to get something really big like joy and happiness and peace and all those good feeling things, you have to start something with really small. It could be satisfaction, it could be a feeling of interest, it could be a feeling like a hobby, it could be like so tiny that you have to focus that on and practice your attention, because practicing all it is allowing momentum to grow. Okay, so if you're practicing happy, you're noticing little things that make you happy. What does it make you feel good during the day? So if you notice more of those moments, then it's going to accumulate in the combination of every moment that you said you wanted. Now more of it's going to flow into your life, and then that's how thoughts become things, and you realize it, and that's deliberate attention to the things that you say you wanted, and you see it grow like a farmer. That's when you feel your worthiness. That's when you feel like you are so invincible. Remember, why do you want anything? And this is why I love Abraham so much, is when I recognize that everything that I want is because I think that I will feel better in the having of it. I think that I will feel better when I buy a new home. I think I will feel better when I have a lover. I think I'll feel better when I have kids. I think I'll feel better when I have a lot of money. I think I'll feel better when I have a new body. So everything that you want is because you think that you'll be happy in the having of it. But until you're happy about it, it cannot come to you, because even when it comes to you, you don't even recognize it. So then you keep on perpetuating the things you don't want. So it doesn't come. It comes in very minuscule, and then you just keep looking at the lack. So why do you want anything anyway? You want anything at all in life, whether it is a pile of money, a relationship, or the body is because you think that you feel better in the having of it. But until you understand that the physical manifestation is the last thing is going to manifest, then by looking at the things that you don't have right now, it's not going to come, because everything that you offer, your focus, your attention to things that you don't have is going to cause you to do more things and say more things and attract more things that are going to get you to the absence of it even more. So understand that because it's momentum, then you have to start noticing things differently. You have to start noticing what is actually working in your life right now and allowing the energy in you to flow. Then right environment comes, like I described to you about the snow, how the air is already in around you, but when it's the right environment, it becomes the snow. So the physical manifestation is the last thing that will happen in your life. From the 1st of March, I will be offering once a week, 1 hour. It's going to be very affordable. And also it will give you a trial for 2 weeks to see what you think. Then it's going to be paid on per membership wise for you to learn these things and actually practice them. Then when you come into class again in each of these workshops, bring up your story and say what's happening during the week, and we're going to discuss it and having a conversation about it, so I can guide you to deliberately learning how to be happy. You can allow the right environment for the things you want to come. So that's going to happen from the 1st of March, and I'm very, very excited. So in Australia, this is already Sunday, so I will be dropping the link tomorrow. It's going to be every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Saturday, Sydney time. Whatever it is that you say you want is because you think you will feel better in the having of it. To get there, you have to be happy. You have to feel the sense of it in order for that thing to come. So I am going to help you, to guide you through to feel those things so that you can start attracting the life that you were meant to live. Because when you're happy, the trappings have to come to prove to you, to show evidence to you that this is your alignment to the thing that you say that you want. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me this week, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you again next week. Any question, please hit me up on Maggie T Fan on my social medias. As you know, Maggie T Fan in Instagram and Facebook, and I will certainly link below tomorrow from the 1st of March about my coaching session. So I look forward to working with you all, and have a great day. Mwah!